Hello eAchieve students and families. This is part 2 of orientation. Welcome back. Before we get started, please make sure to log into your eAchieve Blackboard account. After you are logged in, you can continue on with the video. To begin the agenda for today, we will be going over lessons and units, how to submit assignments, discussion boards, tests and quizzes, my grades and the decoding symbols, textbooks, Student Resource Center, time commitment, map testing, and any scheduling problems. Again, if you have any questions, as I continue to state, about anything that you see in these videos, or if you need extra help with anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time. To begin, lessons and units. When you are logged into Blackboard and you choose one of your classes, you will see the following menu options on the left-hand side. In order to access your work off of the PACE chart, you're going to want to go access the Lessons button. This also may be broken down into units, so it could be either or. Either way, this is where you find your assignments and assessments throughout the semester, and this is where you would be submitting them as well. To provide further explanation, there are 2 videos that I'm going to show you. The first video will cover how to submit an assignment with a Microsoft Word or PDF document, and the second video will show how to submit an assignment via a Google document link. Here is the first video.
Hello there. For this class, many of the assignments that you have to submit require that you submit the actual file rather than just a Google Doc link. And this brief tutorial is going to demonstrate how you go about doing that. So we're going to start by taking a look at this sample assignment file here that I've created in my Google Drive. So this is a Google Doc. And the first thing I need to do is get this downloaded to my computer as a usable file type. So in order to do that, I'm going to click where it says File, and I'm going to go down to Download As, and then I'm going to select either a .docx for Microsoft Word or the PDF version. If you have created an assignment that has a lot of images, perhaps even some charts, it's probably better to use the PDF form because it's going to keep everything exactly how you formatted it. But for anything that's simply written responses, you can go ahead and use the Microsoft Word format. So I am going to click on that, and then my computer is going to prompt me with this box. It's asking where I want to save this sample assignment. Now, if I'm going to go right from here and just load it to the gradebook, I usually will save downloads to my desktop so that I can easily find them later. So I will go ahead and click Save. And then you saw the icon that showed that it was downloading to my computer. So now I switch over to my Blackboard tab, which has the assignment that I was required to do. To submit any assignment, to get to that assignment submission page, all you have to do is click on the assignment title. Once I do that, it brings up the assignment information, and what I'm looking for is where it says Assignment Submission. And what I need to do to meet the teacher's expectations is attach the file. So in order to find the file to submit here, I need to browse my computer. Once again, I'm going to go back to my desktop. I'm going to select Sample Assignment. I just saved it there. And then you'll see that that assignment has been loaded. From there, I simply go ahead and I hit Submit. And then it goes to the gradebook. So that is an explanation of how you take a Google Doc download it as a file and save it to your computer, and then submit it to the gradebook in Blackboard for grading. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.
That was the video on how to submit an assignment via Microsoft Word or a PDF document. Now, we have the video on how to submit an assignment via a Google document link.
You have created a response to an assignment that you were given, and you are ready to submit it. In order to submit that assignment, you need to access the submission page for it, and the link to submit is the title of the assignment. It may or may not be in red, but you can also tell there's a compass in a rectangle there, and if you click on that title link, then it will take you to the upload assignment page. You'll see the due date, and you can view the rubric probably. There will be a repeat of the instructions of the content of the assignment. You may or may not see pictures of the rubric that is being used. What's important to you is the assignment submission area. There are 3 different ways that you can use to submit an assignment. And one is to paste the Google Share setting into the right submission text box. So if you have written it in Google and you change the share setting according to the rules that were covered in the previous tutorial, then you can share that link. So if I go to my Google Docs and I have the assignment there, I can mouse over and I can see anyone with the link. That means I properly set the share setting. If it says private to me, don't submit that link because it won't work. So if I click on that blue one, the link comes up and I can highlight it and copy it. And then I can go back to the upload page, and it says paste the Google Share setting into the right submission text box. So text submission, there's the right submission link, and I can paste that link right in here. So that's the share setting properly set for my Google Doc. I'm done, and I can just click on submit. Now, suppose, on the other hand, your teacher wants you to submit the actual file.
All right, and that process shows you how to properly submit a Google document link. If you have any further questions when it comes to submitting your first few assignments, you are welcome to reach out to me at any time. The next item on our list, discussion boards. Where do you find them? How do I post? How do I reply to other classmates? I am going to show you how to do this by watching another video. So in this video, the teacher will cover how to post and reply to a discussion board.
Discussion boards can be another form of assessment. In many courses, they are graded and part of your course grade. In other courses, they are participatory, and you get check marks for participating in them, but they are not part of the grade. In either case, proper posting, following proper netiquette, that means good conduct in a discussion board, is something that usually takes most students a little bit of time to learn. So, given a discussion that there's a discussion board in your course, if you click on the discussion board link, then it will bring up the list of discussion boards. By clicking on the forum, as they're called, the particular discussion board. So if we want to, or if our assignment is to contribute to this discussion board, we simply click on the link. And many of those discussion boards will be set up as a post first. That means you have to contribute before you get to read what anybody else does. The obvious reason for that is it keeps the original post just that, more original than a compilation of other people's posts. So in order to create this new thread, all you do is click on Create Thread. And the prompt is still above. You should write a subject matter of, in this case, who I am, or whatever. And then you write the text here. Now you can write this in a Google Doc and copy and paste it. You can write it in a text editor on your computer and copy and paste it. If you're going to write more than a few sentences, which is often the case, it is best to write them someplace else than copy and paste them into the discussion board. That way you don't have to worry about losing something or forgetting to submit, or the power goes out and all of a sudden you have to rewrite everything that you wrote. Notice that you have full editing capabilities, like in many of the text boxes. So if you want to highlight things, change colors and all that, you can do that. When you have entered that response, you can then submit. You may want to attach a file. If it's a very long post, you may want to, or something that you've done that you want to show people, then you may want to browse your computer, find the file, and attach it. If, though, all you're doing is responding to the prompt and it's relatively short, it's much better for your classmates to read if it's in the text box rather than you have to click on a file and go find it. Once you've done that, you can click on Submit. And then you can see yours. Yours will always be at the top. And then you can see everybody else who has posted. And in many cases, you are responsible not for just an original post, but you're also responsible for a response. So by clicking on that response, notice it comes up. The only thing that's a link is the thread itself. So if you click on that response, you can see what that one is. And if that's something that you feel like you want to reply to, then click on Reply, and then you can write your response here. There's a separate file on good discussion board replies. It's very advisable for you to look at that and to see what a proper response is. Just telling somebody, hey, I like what you wrote, is not a discussion board reply. You should always be commenting on what it was that they wrote. The fact that you liked it, that's nice. You can work that into the conversation. But it is a discussion board. Discussion is an exchange of ideas between people. So therefore, that's what you want to do. You want to say, what is it that you said? How do I react to what you said? How do I agree? How do I disagree? And it's okay to disagree, just do it respectfully, because you have your ideas and opinions and they have theirs. And when you're done, then you can click on Submit and your reply will be sent in. If you want to reply to somebody else, then the best way is just to go back, use the thread at the top and go back to the forum, and you can pick somebody else. If you don't want to reply to somebody, just back out and go find somebody else. So that's how you post and reply in a discussion board.
All right, so with that in mind, again, that's just how you post and reply to a discussion board. Next up is submitting tests and quizzes. For submitting tests and quizzes, how you begin is you open up one of the tests and quizzes, and it will either prompt you to click Begin or click Cancel. If you do not want to take the test or the quiz at that time, you would click Cancel. If you would like to begin the test or the quiz, you would click Begin. When you are in the test or the quiz, the questions will be laid out for you. Some teachers do the questions singly from screen to screen, and some teachers allow you to see all the questions at one time. However, the big takeaway here is to make sure to save your answer after each of your questions. This is important because if you have a power outage or your computer shuts down, whatever happened before that, like if you were saving those answers, that was saved no matter what. If you don't click that save answer and leave it to the end, then you've lost all of your answers that you input. Now, at the end of each test or quiz, there is a Save All Answers or a Save and Submit option. If you save all answers, this is where you can come back and then continue your test or quiz at a later time. If you save and submit, that means that you're submitting your test or quiz to Blackboard to be graded. Next is My Grades. My Grades is very important. This is where you're going to be able to access your grades throughout the semester. Along with your email, this is another place that you're going to want to check out each and every day in all of your classes. Under the My Grades section in your courses, it will indicate your target grade. It will indicate the grades for your individual assignments. Also under My Grades, it indicates the rubrics and your teacher feedback and comments. When you open the My Grades Center, this is what it looks like. On the left-hand side are all of those formative and summative assignments or assessments. So those are the blue or the red items on your PACE chart. On the far right-hand side, that is where your grades are going to be appearing along with different symbols. So you can see here that this individual received a satisfactory grade, which means that they passed. U means unsatisfactory, which means that they did not pass. Now, in order to access the feedback the teacher left, they have to double click on that blue talk bubble. Once that happens, then the feedback will appear on your screen, as you can see here. Go Pack Go. Some of the feedback that you receive is very straightforward, especially on those formative assignments. However, on those summative assignments, your teacher leaves more lengthy feedback. If you do not see that blue little talk bubble, you can also click on the assignment name to access your feedback. So that's a secondary place that you can go to access your feedback from your teacher. Now, as I was stating a little while ago, there are different symbols that are going to appear as well. One of those symbols is that blue little talk bubble. That means feedback has been given to the student by the teacher. Another symbol that you're going to see is the yellow circle with the white exclamation point. This means the assignment has been submitted, but it has not yet been graded. So at this point, you have successfully submitted an assignment. The next symbol that you're going to see is the blue progress bubble. This means the assignment has been opened and the student is working on it, but it has not yet been submitted for grading. And you will also see the dashed line. That means the assignment has not been opened or submitted. So your teacher is able to tell if you have opened an assignment or not. If you have any questions about the My Grades portion, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time. Next, we are going to talk about textbooks. In each of your class in each of your class books. In each of your classes, there is a textbook button. Once you click on that textbook button, there will be a few things that could appear. One of the items that could appear is that there is no textbook available for that class. The second item that could appear are additional links to access your textbook information and to log into your textbooks. In order to access your textbook information, just like we did for PaceChart Central, your teachers will have the eAchieve student tools available for you. You're again going to enter your Blackboard username, your student ID number, and click Login. This time though, you are looking for the My Logins page. Click on that, and then the following screen will appear. On the far left-hand side of that screen, you are looking for the course logins information. This is the information for all of your textbooks. So you can see here the URL, their username, and the password. Please keep in mind that the usernames and passwords for your textbooks are not the same as your Blackboard username or passwords. Next item on the list is the Student Resource Center. So I'm just going to switch back to a different screen here so I can show you the Student Resource Center. This is what the Student Resource Center looks like. I'm currently in the high school one. There is a middle school one available as well. Some important buttons to take a look at is the Getting Started button. That's how you can get started here at eAchieve, another place that you can go if you don't remember. Submitting assessments, excellent place to go if you need a refresher on how to do that. How to be successful at eAchieve. Under this particular link, it gives you a bunch of good tips. If you're planning to work off an iPad, please click on the Doing School on Mobile button. There are certain apps that you need in order to be successful. The My Logins page, that is what you need in order to log into your textbooks. Then we have the PaceChart Central. Parents, guardians, if you're listening, you have access to the Parent Resource Center. Also parents, if you haven't done so already, please take the time to log into your Blackboard account. That information was sent to you via the welcome email. And last but not least is the school store. If you want some cool eAchieve apparel, that is where you can go. So as you can kind of see, I skipped a bunch of different buttons here. You are welcome to go and take a look and gander around here at your own leisure. These buttons are available to you 24/7. Other items to touch on. Time commitment to eAchieve. You are expected to work in your classes for at least 1 hour per class per day. So for example, if you have 6 classes here at eAchieve, you need to be logging in for 6 hours and working on that class or classes each day. So that would mean that you are at least logging into your classes for 30 hours a week if you have 6 of them. So again, 1 hour per class per day. Map testing. I did send the link for the Map Lockdown browser in the welcome email. Please make sure to download this to your computer. If you don't download it to your computer, you will not be able to take the test as it is a requirement and the system can tell if you are in the lockdown browser or not. If you do not want to download it at this time, that's okay. You can download it at a later date. That lockdown browser is included with all of the instructions as you get closer to the testing day. So a little bit more about MAP testing. MAP, or the Measure of Academic Progress, is a computerized adaptive test which helps teachers, parents, and administrators improve learning for all students. So we use a lot of the data from this MAPS test to help us gauge areas of improvement for our students. It also helps make informed decisions to promote your academic growth, so areas in which we would like to see you improve. We take the MAPS test 3 times per school year, and each one takes about an hour's worth of time. So not a whole lot of time. We want you to do your best. And again, only 3 times a year. Please check your email for important setup instructions and updates. So again, like I stated, if you don't download that MAP testing lockdown browser now, you can download it at a later date. However, I will state it is easier just to download it right away, because then you know you have it. And last but not least, scheduling problems. So if you have a class you did not sign up for, or you are missing a class you did sign up for, please contact your guidance counselor. If you are in grades 6 through 8, you will contact Sue Paulson. If you are in grades 9 through 12, you will contact Jody Minen. With that, if you have any other questions or concerns, please reach out to me at any time. And make sure that you attend the online orientation, which is part 3 of orientation. Thanks everyone. Bye.